Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle Barrett. I have been a personal stylist for 26 years, helping women over 50 feel fantastic about themselves. Today I'm sharing with you my 5 common capsule wardrobe mistakes and how to fix them. So let's get started. Now, why does it matter having a capsule wardrobe? You might say to me, well, I don't really need a capsule wardrobe. In my definition, a capsule wardrobe isn't a certain number of items. So it's not 100 items or 33 items or anything you've heard before. And the reason why I say that is because every single capsule wardrobe is different. So every single one of you watching this now will have different numbers of clothes in your wardrobe, and you will have different items in your wardrobe as well. There is no one cut and paste rule for everybody. What a capsule wardrobe is a collection of clothes that mixes and matches easily, saving you time, money, and space. And that for me is what defines a capsule wardrobe. So number one is a really common one. It's where we often hold on to things. Maybe they've got a memory to them. Maybe they don't fit us anymore. Maybe it was our favorite top, in the hope that maybe we'll get back into it. There's nothing wrong with holding on to things if you're actively maybe looking to lose weight or put weight back on and get back into that item. But if you've held on to it for years, it's probably time to get rid of it, sell it, and replace it with something similar that you can wear now that you do like. So be quite ruthless with your wardrobe. I want you to look at every single item in your wardrobe and really think about whether you are actually going to wear it. If it is something super sentimental, I've got some berets that were my grandma's that I've kept. Maybe you could put them in a display box, or maybe you can keep them somewhere as a bit of an heirloom. But apart from that, I kind of feel like that jacket you wore at Glastonbury 25 years ago, if you've not worn it in the last year and a half, 2 years, the likelihood is you're probably not going to wear it again. One of the easiest ways that you can actually determine whether you've worn something in your wardrobe or not is every time you wear something, turn the hangers around the other way. And then by the end of the year or by the end of the season, you can see exactly what you've worn and what you haven't worn. If you need help with your capsule wardrobe, definitely book in for a chat with me. It's a free chat. I love meeting you all. I speak to ladies all over the world every single day, and I absolutely love it. So book in for a chat with me and I can have a little chat to you about how I might be able to help you reach those wardrobe goals. I'll put the link in the notes and here as well. Now, the next common mistake is too many trends. I like to see what's trending, but I don't live my life by it. If I see a trend that I like, then I'll go for it. But it has to be something that I like that I know will fit with the rest of my wardrobe. Those pieces can work well and add some interest and a little bit of an update. The problem is if you have too many fast fashion trends in your wardrobe, it's going to be hard to mix and match them. So the best thing to do is to have some really classic timeless pieces. Think about the plain white shirt, maybe a plain white t-shirt, pair of straight leg or wide leg darkish jeans. Maybe you've got a blazer or a moto jacket or biker jacket. A tea dress is another great one. Pick and choose what you like. Some of it you might say, oh, I'm not a really big blazer fan, that's not for me. That's absolutely fine. But pick and choose what works for you in those timeless staples and mix them in with the odd trend. Your wardrobe will work so much better. Now, I personally think that this is the most common reason why people struggle with capsule wardrobes, or any wardrobe for that matter, and that is ignoring colour. One of the main reasons why you might struggle with colour and creating outfits and putting your wardrobe together is because you've got too many clashing colours. The first thing that I would say to do is definitely get a colour analysis done if you haven't had one done already. Even if you had one done 20 odd years ago, the likelihood is it might have changed. Our skin tone can change. Maybe you've changed the colour of your hair, which can have a dramatic effect on your palette. If anybody gives you a colour analysis and says you need to put different makeup on or change the colour of your hair, they do not know what they are doing. Your colour analysis should be unique to you. You should not have to change your appearance to fit that colour palette. If somebody has said that to you, leave me a comment because I'd really like to hear from you. If you need help with that, book in for a chat with me. You can also download my Capsule Wardrobe Planner, which takes you through all these questions so you can ascertain what to keep and what to lose and what you might need for inspiration. I'll put the link to that in the notes and also here as well. Get a colour analysis done. Then I highly recommend you choose around 8 colours. I always talk about canvas colours and paint colours. Canvas colours are like your neutrals, you know, your beige, ivory, white, black, charcoal, navy blue, those types of colours. Paint colours are brighter colours on top. So your canvas is your backdrop. So a bit like your timeless staples and your styles, it's kind of your backdrop, and then you have some bright colours on top. Now you can do this whatever way you want because it has to be what works for you and what you like. If you prefer more neutrals, then you go for more neutrals. If you prefer more colour, then maybe you go for more colour. I would highly recommend you have at least 3 neutrals in your wardrobe because they will mix and match with other colours in your wardrobe a lot easier than some of the others. But try and pick around 8 colours overall because that will make it so much easier for you to mix and match. Now, number 4 should be the reason why you make every single choice when you buy a garment. But unfortunately, because of outside pressure that we should all be trendy and look a certain way, often this is the one aspect which gets ignored. And that is your wardrobe should fit your lifestyle. Now, there is no point on earth if you have a wardrobe full of beautiful clothes that you've got nowhere to wear. So what I want you to do is divide up your lifestyle, what you do over a month by 100%. Let's say you spend 60% of your time at work, you spend 20% of your time with the children, 10% on date night, maybe 10% at the gym. That's a basic example, but you break it up for what you need. That is how your wardrobe should look. Your wardrobe should reflect your lifestyle. For example, I go to yoga and Pilates regularly every week. I have quite a lot of yoga and Pilates gear and different types of yoga and Pilates gear based on if I'm then going to get in the sea afterwards, because sometimes I go in the sea directly after I've done yoga. So sometimes I'll wear a yoga top that I know that I can then just go straight in the sea in. So things like that, really think about what you do and how your lifestyle should fit. That is how your wardrobe should reflect, and think about seasons as well. So for example, with my yoga gear, I have a few hoodies I sometimes wear when it's much cooler weather. I have lighter weight shorts as well, which I can wear when we're out on the deck and we're facing the beach in the summer. This is the practicalities, and it is the most important part of building your capsule wardrobe. I promise you, if you get the colours right and you get your lifestyle right, you are halfway there. Forget the 100 items or 33 items or you've got to have this many of this and this many of that. None of it will work because you're all different and you need to think as individuals. Promise you. Let me know in the comments how you get on with that. Any questions you've got about that. Now, last but not least is accessories. If you followed me for a while, you'll know I talk about my basic kind of rule for accessories. So I have a few silk scarves, which I add to add a pop of colour to an outfit. And I usually link that to maybe a pair of shoes or somewhere else. Maybe it's a pattern in a dress or something like that. But accessories can really pull an outfit together, particularly if you match them through. For example, I've got this black bag here. I've got this brown satchel. I've got this for the beach, which has also got a very dark brown clasp on it. I'll explain that in a minute. And then my Teddy Blake cream bag. Pretty much every single outfit I have in my wardrobe, one of these will work for. Now, the reason why is because if I'm wearing my brown belt, I will wear it with a brown bag. If I'm wearing black belt, I wear it with this. This little straw hat here, for example, has quite a dark brown band on it, which also matches through to that bag. This also matches through to my Birkenstocks. It's quite a dark colour. Now, because it is so dark, I could almost go matching through with brown with that, but also get away with matching black, which is why I chose it. The cream bag works really well if I'm matching through to maybe some cream shoes. I've got a few pairs of cream shoes, or I'm wearing a much lighter outfit. So each one of these items has been thought about. And when I buy it, I am thinking about where it's going to match and what I'm going to wear it with. It's not just a bag because it's expensive or trending. It is because it will work with the rest of my wardrobe. And that is how you use accessories and make them work as well. So you can use jewelry maybe, or some scarves as a little bit more of a pop of colour. But when it comes to things like this, I think it works really well when it pulls through. And it also reduces the overwhelm, which I know some of you have told me you really feel the overwhelm. Which of these mistakes resonated with you most? Which one do you identify that you can maybe work on? And let me know in the comments what you think you're going to do to maybe start changing that. A capsule wardrobe will not happen overnight. It will take time, but I promise you, if you apply these rules and reduce these mistakes, you will start to see changes. I've seen it happen with people in my members community, which reminds me, if you're interested in joining my membership here on YouTube, I'll put the link below. I'd love to see you there. We're a lovely group of ladies. We meet up once a month. I put in special offers in the members area. You can chat to me directly. I have got to know some of those ladies quite well now. So if that's something you're interested in, it's $4.99 a month, so the price of a coffee. So I'd love to see you there. Watch out for next week, because next week I'm going to be talking about how to build a travel capsule wardrobe just in time for the summer. Have a wonderful week wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.